It's time to roll out Studio 5's picks for the best new family board games. This is something viewers call for each and every year. We test the box board games that will bring family to the table for lighthearted laughs. We are marking 8 years of this tradition on our show, if you can believe it. Heading up our toy test every year is Studio 5 senior producer Stephanie Bryson. We're so excited. You put your heart into this. You do it right for us every year, and people are tapping their toes, waiting to hear what you recommend. First, let's remind them our criteria. What do we look for in a good family game?
Okay, we always want something that a lot of people can play, all age ranges.
Yes.
We always look for something that's new and different. We look for something that is quick to learn and easy to play. We don't want big time commitments.
You call these pickup games.
Yeah, these are where you play a few rounds and then you're off to see the lights or do whatever.
You've been tracking the Cry Out with us. I mean, our inbox is full. Our social media has been blowing up. So here she is. Here we are. Let's jump in. The best family games of Christmas 2017.
Okay, I'm super excited.
Me too.
Super excited about this first one.
Okay.
The first one is called Cobra Paw. This is an icebreaker game. Okay. I'm kind of doing a couple of categories. So this is icebreaker. This is to get the people in and get them playing, and you'll come back to this and come back to this. This is super simple and visual. So I'm going to roll the dice, and you're going to see if you can quickly be the one to grab the tile. It's that easy.
It has to have both of them down on it?
If you can match those images, we're looking for... Right.
Here it is.
Okay, so then you would roll, and then I would pick. And, oh, we're looking for the same one. Now, that one's yours, and I get to grab it from you and steal.
Because you spotted it first.
Right.
Even though it was already in my prized possession.
Right. So this gets going fast and furious. It's so easy.
Yeah, it couldn't be more simple.
The tiles are groovy, and the imagery is fun, and just the concept is fun. And the name is Cobra Paw.
Okay.
So honestly, you do find yourself jabbing in there. Like you have this, like your hand is a cobra.
Right, it's darting out to get the right tile. That is fun.
Okay, another icebreaker game is called Happy Salmon.
Oh, this is adorable.
Okay, you have to know 4 motions to do Happy Salmon. Can you pound it?
Pound it.
Can you high five?
High five.
Can you switch chairs with me?
Switch it up.
And can you do the happy salmon?
What's that?
Which is arm to arm, flap, 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 flap.
Okay.
Like a fish, right?
Okay.
So if this is your pile, this is your pile of cards right here. So it's simply everyone in the group in the living room, you're sitting around in the big chairs, and you have to pound it. So I have to pound it. I have to find somebody who can pound it with me. Okay. So I have to say, pound it, pound it, pound it. Who can pound it?
And I say, I've got to pound it.
Right. So then I run over to your chair and I pound it with you. Then I can do my next card.
Okay.
High five, high five, high five. And I'm calling it out. And the person across the room comes across and says, I can high five you. And then you just rip through your pile of cards.
You're trying to get rid of your hand?
Yep.
And do you go one at a time, or is everyone yelling at once?
No, everyone's yelling at once.
Oh, chaos. It's the kind of crazy chaos we love.
Right. And so the people come to the door for your party. You say, come on in, we're playing Happy Salmon. Sit down. Instantly, they can play. That's so much fun. There is a blue Happy Salmon out there for a large group. So same price. Go ahead and find the blue one if you think your group's going to be super large.
Can I point out, I don't know if we want to call it packaging or just the pouch, but it's darling.
I'm always a fan of something that will store your game well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this game, a lot of these games do the same thing. You can keep your box.
All right.
Okay. Imagine is another game we love from Game Right.
This looks creative.
So this transitions us into a category of a little more calmer games.
Okay.
These are the ones that you could play the beginning of your party, but you probably won't stick with them. But you'll come back to them time after time, too.
Okay.
Okay, Imagine is they call it the game of visual charades. So it's kind of like Pictionary, too, in a way. So lots of people don't like Pictionary because you have to draw, and they feel bad about their drawing skills.
I don't love my drawing skills, but I actually love Pictionary.
I do, too.
I could
I'm
be
with
in on
you.
this.
I could care less. So this way you have these really interesting cards. And you would pick the image from, I've got to create like a beach, or last night I had to create skiing.
Okay.
So I get to tell the person the category. So my category is like sports and recreation.
Okay.
I have to make a man who's skiing.
So this says, skiing is your example.
Well, go ahead.
Well, this says field goal. So that
field
category
goal.
is sports and leisure.
So then you would want like this guy that kicks.
Oh.
And he's got a ball of some kind, and you have to match these pictures up, and you layer the cards. You can move the cards. You can, make him kick his ball, and his ball goes into the goal. All of those things, but you can't talk, but your pictures are making the story. It's very trippy.
That does sound a little trippy.
It sounds challenging, but it is surprising how quickly you get creative with it.
So you're not talking, are people guessing?
Right.
People, okay,
Yeah,
people are
and they're
guessing.
people guessing. So you're doing the charade, like with the cards.
Yes.
Sorry, I may not have been clear.
No, that's good. I'm with you now. I'm with you now.
Yeah, the kids are really interesting with this.
Yeah?
So my 11-year-old was coming up with really ideas. Like, this was not hard for her. The old people have a hard time with it because our minds are set.
Isn't that
But
funny?
the young kids just go, oh no, I can make that.
Isn't that
really?
funny?
Yeah, super. It's really fun that way.
Okay, imagine.
The next one, Monster Factory. Just wanted to mention this one. This is really cute. It's more of a game, or more of a toy, I think, than a game. This is for the younger set, like 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds.
Okay.
And they'll build a monster,
Uh-huh.
and with the tiles, and then you get points for the parts of your monster. It's not really challenging. There's no really strategy for it, but it's cute.
Yes.
And I think the littles could play that and really enjoy it. And it would be a fun one for grandma to sit down and play with.
I
for the
love that you're
kids.
pulling in those younger minds too, because they so want to be involved. They
They
so want to
do.
be at the table
They
playing with all the
absolutely
big
do.
kids.
Monster Factory.
'Kay.
Back and forth is one. Remember the old game Password, where you have to give the clues and the person guesses the category.
I'm really good at
So, okay.
Oh no, now I put my money where
All
my
right,
mouth
so
is.
this
Okay.
has a cool app timer. So the one team would start their timer, and I'm going to tell you Sequoia, Zion, Arches,
Utah.
Bryce,
Canyons, national parks.
National Parks. Okay, so then we
Okay.
stop our timer, and the next team goes.
Fun.
And that's all it is categories, and hitting the timer back and forth. It goes fast, short play.
Hello,
fun
and
one,
no
back
more
and forth.
hourglass of our lives
Right.
sand
You can do
timer.
the sand hourglass too. They give you those.
But we're going cool with the app.
But we got the
I
app.
like it. Okay.
Okay, next one is 5 crowns. I'm making an exception. This one is not a technically new game. A couple of these aren't, but they are new to us, and I think you're starting to see them in stores for the first time.
Okay.
So 5 crowns is a card game. It's based on making pairs and runs. The trick to this one is that you go in rounds, so your wild card changes every round, and so you tally up your points, and the person with the least points wins. That's a great one. Your family will play it again and again and again and again.
Mark and I played this on one of our very first dates.
Oh, you did?
Yes, we did.
You have a memory.
Yeah.
That's great. Another one, cover your assets.
Oh.
This one is getting...
Watch that language.
This one is getting a lot of buzz this year, and you're finding it in stores. It's made by a guy with Utah roots, so that's fun. And you're making pairs, and then you're stealing other people's assets with the wild cards that you have in your hand.
Clever.
That's a clever game and a good one. The one our family really kind of stuck with this year is one called Jokers and Marbles, and that is this interesting wooden game set here.
Okay.
This is handmade by this particular one is handmade by a small business up in Idaho, so we love that they're in our viewing area.
Yes.
And this is like Trouble or Sorry, where you move your marbles out of your home and around the board. And people can, but the trick is people can send you back into home. You can go backwards, based on different cards that you're playing, backwards, forwards, split. There's just all sorts of different fun ways to challenge your
How
opponent.
many people can get in on this board?
Okay, so this board right here that I've got set up is a 4-player piece. You can buy a set that is up to 8 players. I thought it was fun how the pieces interlock together.
That is fun. It can expand with your group.
Right, and then when you have 8 pieces around, it makes a long mile around the table. But that's okay, you could even split it up and have 2 tables going, and that would be fun too.
You've done it again. Did we hit them all?
Okay, we hit them all.
All right, Steph, I have to say on a sentimental note, I love that you and this tradition have become a part of so many families' traditions
you.
out there. Thank you for the work
They
you put
do
into
love
it.
it, and we get good
We
response.
try these, we test these, we research these, we put our name behind them, and we will post the entire recommendation list for you on our website, studio5.ksl.com. Year 9, pound it, or sumo, or what's it called?
Happy salmon.
Salmon, whatever it is,
It's
in
a
the
new
books.
move.